This is question 4 from book number 1 based on the 2020 NEC by electricaltime.com. What is the minimum height for a pole box where 1 AWG conductors will get pulled through the top and bottom raceway openings, which are 1.5 inches each? Just want to take 30 seconds to let you know what we do here at electricaltime.com. We do online electrical classes from the comfort of your home. And then we also have this free service. So if you click on the subscribe for free NEC questions, Monday through Friday, you'll get an NEC code question and an answer sent to your email. All right, so back to our video. And the answer to this question is 12 inches. And let's see how we got there. So the first question we're going to ask ourselves is, what article are we talking about here? And that's going to be Article 314, pole and junction boxes. Now, it also contains conduit bodies, fittings, and handhole enclosures. So when you think of, 314, just think of boxes. And that will help you to, remember 314 a little better. So 314 is within Chapter 3, Wiring Methods and Materials. Then we look at the parts, and then we see Part 2, Installation. Then we see 314.28, which is pole and junction boxes and conduit bodies. Then we see 314.28a, minimum size. And then we see 314.28a1 for straight poles. So let's open up our code book and let's take a look at 314.28a, and I'll write that down over here. 314.28a. And that is titled minimum size. And it says here, for raceways containing conductors of 4 AWG or larger that are required to be insulated. All right, very important. So if the conductors are 4 AWG or larger and they're required to be insulated, then we're talking about a pole box. But if they're smaller than 4 AWG, then obviously it's not going to be a pole box that we're going to be calculating. It's going to be box fill. Really important difference there, and you got to make sure when you're reading the question that you identify, if they give you the size of the conductors, hey, are the conductors at least 4 AWG or larger? Okay, if yes, great. And are those conductors required to be insulated? Yes. All right. Now we got some qualifications to do a pole box calculation. So the next thing that we're going to read in our code book together is going to be 314.28a1, and I'll write that down. 314.28a1. And if you don't have your code book, just go back to our website, electricaltime.com, and go buy your code book and buy the tabs. And it says here, straight poles. In straight poles, the length of the box or conduit body shall not be less than 8 times the metric designator trade size of the largest raceway opening. All right, so in this case, our box on top has 1.5 inch opening on the trade size, and the opening on the bottom is 1.5 inches trade size. And when we take 1.5 inches times 8, we're going to get 12 inches. And that's going to be the height of the box. So let's read what we got here in our commentary. So when we have a straight pole, we take the largest raceway opening and multiply it by 8 times. On the top and bottom of this pole box, the raceway openings are both 1.5 inches each. We then multiply the 1.5 inch raceway openings by 8, and we get 12 inches. Therefore, the minimum height for this pole box is 12 inches. Steve says when it's straight, it's 8. So you see that straight pole. And you got to figure out what's going to be that, the height if we're going from the top and the bottom, or, the length if we're going from left to right. And if, you got 1.5 inches on one side, you got 1.5 inches on the other side, it's going to be 12. What if you have 2 inches on both sides? So 2 times 8 is going to be 16. What if you got a 1.5 and then you got a 2 inch on the straight pull? So what are you going to be doing? And in there, it told us we're going to use that largest raceway opening. And that's going to be 2 inch. In this case, it's going to be 2 inch times 8. It's going to be 16 inches. All right. And again, the answer on this is going to be A, 12 inches. Straight poles, Steve says, when it's straight, it's 8. And the code reference is 314.28A1.